Hello and welcome to the reaction show on Pondering Nigeria. Today I titled this story as fraud probe hit student loan. Way back in 2004, President Bola Tinubu enacted the Nigerian Educational Loan Funds to help students access loan so that they'll be able to go to school, because the cost of tertiary institution was getting higher. So this loan scheme for students was established by the president in 2004, and the pioneer MD of that body was Sawyerr. Like it's not Sawyerr, yes, of that organization. Now, 1 year down the line, issue of fraud, issues of students not being able to receive their fund even after they have finished school, issues of reimbursement into that scheme. This is what is happening in that sector as we speak. For crying out loud, students should be able to access their money, get their money. A lot of things have happened with regards to this student loan since that parastatal was established by President Bola Tinubu. He signed that parastatal into law 3rd of April 2024. Now you can see from that time to this time a lot of issues, and that was my major problem at that time when this issue of student loan came in. How will it be handled? How will this fund be disbursed without issue of corruption left, right, center? And to be frank, guys, it has not really boiled down well with a lot of students. Let's take a look at what actually happened along the line. A lot of things. What actually happened? Because if we are crying foul, let's know what we are crying foul for. A lot of things have happened. Let's see. Okay, what happened? Several students from Nigerian public tertiary institutions have raised concern over delayed disbursement of student loan under the Nigerian Education Loan Funds, NELFUND. According to report, funds meant for tuitions were sent to schools months after the beneficiary had already graduated and they are out of their pocket. This is a big issue now. So because those students have paid their fee out of their pocket, what do you expect? Additionally, some graduates continue to receive monthly upkeep stipends of 20K despite no longer being students. Some of them were receiving monthly upkeep, and some of them were not reimbursed for the money they used that same year to pay for their tuition fee. Excuse me. Well, the situation has drawn the attention of the Anti-Corruption Agency, that is ICPC, with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, revealing a major discrepancy in the loan disbursement. You see, ICP revealed something. They noticed something was really wrong. So preliminary findings indicates that while 100 billion was released by NELFUND, only 28 billion reached applicants, leaving 71.2 billion unaccounted for. Now, the pioneer chairman, like I said, was Akintunde Sawyerr. So he is the pioneer chairman of NELFUND, or the pioneer MD of NELFUND, if I'm correct. Now, what happened next? The big picture: Student loan scheme designed to ease financial burden on students is now embroiled in allegation of mismanagement and fraud. The National Orientation Agency (NON) has accused some institutions of colluding with banks to delay payment and making illegal deductions from tuition fees. Reports suggest that unauthorized deduction ranging from 3,500 thereabouts to 30,000 were made from the loan funds. Now, these are people. These are people's money. These are people's money because they will still have to pay for that fund. It is not a grant. It's not it is not a rule for those students. They will still have to pay for that fund. Now, this controversy highlights systemic inefficiency and possible corruption in the administration of education loans, raising questions about accountability in government-funded programs. National Association of Nigerian Students (NANS) has threatened protests, calling the discrepancy unacceptable. Let's go on. Who is saying what now? Who are we speaking? Let's look at affected graduates. Some graduates expressed frustration, stating they had to secure funds independently for loan delay. These guys, they have to go and look for money and fund. This is something that when they apply, they get it, or the money is being paid into as their tuition fee. One graduate said, "I paid myself my fee myself, only later to find out NELFUND paid the school after I graduated." Now, this after I graduated, how do I get a refund? Another criticized the inefficiency, asking why are loans being disbursed to graduates? Why? Because as soon as they apply, that money should be sent directly. You see, this issue of bottlenecks left and center. That is why corruption in Nigeria, you don't even know who and who is even involved. Now, the ICPC spokesperson Demola Bakari confirmed an investigation into irregularities, noting the significant gap between money released and money disbursed funds. Okay, so let's move to ASO. ASO, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, is monitoring the situation with President Professor Emmanuel Osobode stating, "We wait the investigation result and hope those involved are held accountable." NELFUND. The agency has yet to respond to the media inquiry, leaving questions unanswered. These are the things. So this is what people are saying, and people that are involved are saying. The graduate involved, ICPC, ASU, even what's their name? NANS as well are also involved. Now, what next? ICPC ongoing investigation may uncover deeper malfeasance, potentially leading to protest. NANS has vowed to mobilize protests if corrective actions are not taken. Meanwhile, affected students are left in limbo, uncertain about funding process and whether they will be held liable for paying loans they never fully utilize. This is it. Question to you guys before I come to my own thoughts. Question to you guys: with billions of naira unaccounted for and graduates receiving funds erroneously, will the government implement strict oversight to prevent further abuse of the student loan system in Nigeria? Or will this mismanagement deter further applicants for trusting such scheme? So that's the question for you. Go to the comment section and answer the question. Then my final take. This is my final take with regards to this whole issue, because I've looked at it very well and I have studied a lot of things inside of this story, because we don't just take story, we have to verify, we have to ask questions there about. Now, final thought. This scandal is more than just a bureaucratic failure. it is a betrayal of trust for Nigerian students who rely on this loan to access education. If the government fail to act decisively, public confidence in such scheme will erode, leaving many students without viable financial support. Accountability must prevail, not just in investigation, but in tangible reforms that restore faith in the system. This is what funds, when people see funds in this in these ministries, their life just go away. And this is what is really happening. The government needs to look into it. President Tinubu ensured or assured Nigerian students that nothing will be a brick wall for them to access this loan. But now this is what is happening. So for me, corruption in our institutions need to be tackled. I think we have been saying it. It is not opening these parastatals, opening these agencies that matters. But what matters is that how have we tackled institutional corruptions in these agencies or among Nigerians? How? How have the president looked at, okay, you create these agencies, and at the end of the day, we find out that money is not even paid to people being required. See, in Nigeria, whenever there is money, there's always issue. There's always issue of corruption. Mark my word, go to anywhere. We've seen it in different parastatals. We've seen it in different places, in different ministries. And people will be crying out. And it's left for the government to answer them. Thank you so much for the list for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for viewing this video. I will see you in the next video next time out. Thank you.